I wrote this piece about UXpreneurship a while back, and December 6th of 2021 at around 8:50 p.m. in the evening Pacific time. And it goes like this. Like entrepreneur, UXpreneur is the act of using user experience design prior to launching to market. Quickest to market is a metric entrepreneurs measure to determine the relative success in financial investment into the business itself for funding. Therefore, the UX designer and entrepreneur meet in the middle at this very interesting place known as MVP, minimal viable product. The unfortunate fact is that many entrepreneurs suffer from fear of charging money for their value. Therefore, they defer the viability test altogether. So they never test viability because viability is money changing hands. Thinking that sheer numbers of people signing up for free equates to viability when it doesn't. Here, I'm using Peter Level's definition of viability and not the dictionaries. In the dictionary, it simply means to work successfully. However, I'll reserve that measure for a feasibility test if it works. For our purpose here, let's focus on the strategy side rather than the action side where engineering will come in. And by action side, I mean technical side. More on that later. The UXpreneur's approach to the business is very different from the entrepreneur. First of all, the entrepreneur tends to focus on a problem they themselves experience in their own lives, regardless if others do too. Whereas the UXpreneur interviews real people first and defines a pattern of a problem for which they share. If you ask an entrepreneur what problem they're solving, they're likely to give you an inefficient solution with an existing system, whereas a UXpreneur will give you an actual problem like hunger, death, or anxiety. UXpreneurs first focus on testing desire with concept testing prior to building one line of code. They take a qualitative researcher's approach to testing rather than jumping into the analytical analysis or analytical bias of quantitative metrics, reaction-based rationale. The UXpreneur takes a very irrational approach to solving a problem by focusing first on the problem itself. Upon doing the competitor analysis, they do the complete opposite of the mainstream and rebuke all the status quo, rendering them obsolete. And by obsolete, I mean rendering the competition obsolete. Where innovation and efficiency are polar opposites, the UXpreneur makes an experience so efficient as to become unnoticeable, yet so innovative as to surprise, not afraid to make those unhappy. The UXpreneur will happily catch any emotion as good emotion, as long as there is an emotional reaction. Designed for wow. The UXpreneur helps transform belief systems of people forging an alliance and building advocacy for a movement into the future to fulfill a vision. Along their mission, they achieve goalposts. Following the pirate metrics like climbing the Himalayan mountains, building a marketing campaign and awareness, acquiring customers with a landing page sign up, activating first-time new customers with a service design, accepting revenue for performing service, generating referrals from customer service, increasing returning customers through announcing future products that render past ones obsolete in and of themselves. The UXpreneur is not afraid of cannibalizing their own products. And so that's something I wrote December 6th of 2021, actually on my son's birthday. He was turning 11 at the time. In any case, I thought to share that with you because that was when this term UXpreneur first entered my psyche. It's like a timestamp on what UXpreneur means, and although it can evolve and change over time, as it should, as any science would, here you can see there is an overlap between an entrepreneur who perhaps is more marketing and vanity metric centered, and perhaps the best entrepreneurs are not. So the UXpreneur is about making entrepreneurs better, not fulfilling other confirmation bias for which they have. Whereas the UX designer, perhaps coming from more of an art or design background needs to be introduced to business to test viability. And so the two meet in the middle at minimal viable product as we started out. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you like this video, click the like button. If you want to know about future videos, click the bell icon so you'll be notified in the future, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.